Okay, a beautiful morning to you, Nigeria. Beautiful morning, Lagos. And I want to say that one beautiful thing about life is the fact that you don't own it. God does. God does. He owns our lives. He determines who He decides to create and who He decides to give another opportunity to see another day, to see another year, to see another week, to see hours, months, weeks, irrespective. And so to God Almighty we give all the glory for another beautiful morning like this today, the 8th of April 2024. It's a Monday with all manner of good things as you so desire and as you so pleases. And I believe God, who is always out there to give us good things, is ready to bless you and I. And so I want to welcome you to Galaxy Television, and the program is Family and Values. We have a whole lot, scheduled early mornings like this. But family and value comes first because your family makes a whole lot of difference. And like I will always want to remind us that family is what makes a great nation. It's what brings peace to us. And I also want to remind us this morning that when you accept yourself, you love yourself, you cherish yourself, you celebrate yourself, then life will become meaningful, because as much as you love yourself, you want to express it to others and spread the word. So my name is Remain Olori Adejoke Adabi David, and my friends call me Olori AJ. I hope you had a splendid weekend. Joy is right here with me. Now I want to believe she's looking all blue. Okay, so I believe our weekend was beautiful. That's why she's in blue. Hello, Joy.
Good morning.
How are you?
I always say I would definitely mention your colors. Today you decided to come up with the multiple colors of...
Like you also have yours.
It shows how the week is going to be so colorful.
Thank God.
Blissful for
Thank
us.
God. Thank
Yes.
God. Thank God.
Good morning,
Grace.
Abias. Welcome to Family and Values. My name still remains Joy Abu. It's always a pleasure when we come on your screen. When you see these beautiful ladies, you know that we have something to offer. Like Olori has said, this week is going to be one wonderful week, and we are expecting that you watch and sail through as we take you through topics, educative, informative, and very interesting. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can always watch us on the go. Turn on your Facebook notification, your X notification, so that you know when Family and Values it's on your screen. Yes, it's a beautiful week, and we are starting it on a wonderful note. Yesterday I actually thought it was going to rain at night, but
yes,
for some reason the weather changed, but it was a bit calm, in the morning. So this is to use the opportunity to send a birthday shout out to Bootis Rich. Yes, he is one of our presenters. Yes. The only one that
okay, happy birthday.
Bootis Rich, happy birthday.
He's so tiny, like you always want to hug you, hold you. He's like a baby in the house. He always say, good morning. He hold you, or he don't want to hug you.
This morning I was like, my baby, happy. Everybody say, you did not do birthday for your son. I said, don't worry, we'll plan for the weekend. Bootis Rich, now we have a plan over the weekend.
Can you imagine?
More life, more God's protection and grace. Like I told you over the phone, the Lord keep you, preserve you. But that notwithstanding, we are looking for our cake, waiting for our drink.
I love cake. So
I should not
make
finish
sure the
and
cake
not
is
see
there.
one cake on my deck, so I'll come for you. Happy birthday once again.
So happy birthday to you once again. And today is going to be another wonderful day, because Mondays is set out for the singles, matured singles. We have many young singles.
A lot.
We have many. Join us, Shola. So we have many, and so it's all about how well do you put things together. When I say we have young ones, those are the ones that are still supposed to be babies, who have decided to walk in the matured setting of marriage. That's when I mean we have very young ones who are in that cadre. But we're looking at matured singles. I remember Pastor Anyowale mentioned some time ago that he met a particular couple, so young but so matured.
That the girl was 20, the boy was 23, but he saw a level of maturity
in them,
and he could give
it
them
goes a long way.
Like,
yes.
Go.
So it's all about the matured ones right now. So.
Yes.
Today,
like they say, maturity is not by age.
It's not by age,
it's
by the mind. So that's why I said matured. Matured. Okay, our topic today. I heard of wedding. Somebody's getting married.
The topic is quite interesting because I think over the weekend I was talking to, if you normally I was just trying to throw it open like, okay, what?
Okay.
And people were giving me a lot of hilarious things to laugh over. I was like, are you for real? Like, you sit down and you want to prepare a marriage, like these are the things you're putting in place
together.
For me, what I think is even important is not what they are placing priorities. I'm looking at, okay. So I'm like, you see, just turn up to Galaxy so that you would learn a lot about today's topic.
Okay, so you learn a lot. It's time for us to go for our mini feature, and we'll be right back with our topic and our guest. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Is a ceremony where two people are united in marriage. Wedding traditions and customs vary greatly between cultures, ethnic groups, races, religions, denominations, countries, social classes, and sexual orientations. When both people decide to come together, there are certain steps to take before planning a wedding in order to have it successful. Start with your preliminary guest list. Sit down with your fiancé and make a spreadsheet of guests you both want to invite. Remember, your wedding is a sacred joining of you and your future spouse. Don't let others guilt you into who you should not or should invite. Set up a budget and stick to it as best as you can. Tell yourself that yes, this is a one-day event and do not be contentious of money spent, but it represents a lifetime of devotion, love, respect, and commitment. Include your future spouse in the process. Marriage is a partnership where you both collaborate together on different subjects. Get your bridesmaid involved. Determine what's most important to you. Set an overall wedding budget. From your wedding party, create your guest list. Determine wedding date. Start looking for your dream wedding venue. Search for the perfect wedding vendors. Important things to consider before getting married. When you decide to get married and think you have found the one you want to spend the rest of your life with, love. It is crystal clear that love is one of the vital elements needed in any form of a relationship. This applies to marriage too. Analyzing our feelings and being sure about them are the first few things to do before marriage. Commitment is all about staying by your partner's side no matter the circumstances. It means going through thick and thin with your partner. Trust is one of the most important elements of a successful marriage. Trust is the most crucial determinant of the health and longevity of a marriage. So for the wedding day, be prepared. A good wedding will be well thought out with some backup things set in place and having good experience.
Okay, welcome back. It's Galaxy Television, and the program is Family and Values. You've not missed anything. It's just had the mini feature. Right now, we're going to the program proper, the main course of the program. Okay, so our topic this morning is preparation ahead of wedding. Every Saturday, every weekend, you hear, I'm going to my daughter's wedding. My friend is getting married. I'm one of the bridal train. I'm the best man. I'm the bride. My auntie, my uncle, everybody gather. So what comes before you see the uniqueness and the beautiful gathering of celebration when it comes to wedding? Preparation ahead of wedding.
Well, for me, this is even to send a congratulatory message to our governor. Yes.
Yes, the daughter.
He gave the daughter.
Yes. Congratulations to the governor and his wife.
A lot of preparations went in there.
But you know one thing about, I don't want to talk about that wedding much because the pageantry and the announcements, the publicity that many you would have heard that something like this is going on. But let us not keep our Zoom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
keep those things
on a low key. I respect.
Why I'm relating it to. Most people were surprised that
we'll be back with that. So this morning we have a beautiful woman to work on this, and we have none other than Olusola Adekola. She is a broadcaster, a beautiful and a beautiful one at that. She's a broadcaster, and she's also someone who knows how to put her wedding together. When you talk about wedding, they call her Bogoff. That's her AK, that's her alias. But she is Idano Yawo concept. She is the one behind Idano Yawo concept. And so I have the singular honor this morning to bring my big sis in the industry, in this profession, talking about Olusola Adekola. How are you, ma'am? Good morning. Bless God. It's so good to hear your voice this morning. She's joining us live from Ibadan. Can you see? Can you see? You don't see broadcasters. When you see them, then they always they be
Please, we
straight.
need the Ibadan amala. I heard Ibadan have very good amala.
Amala.
This time's out.
Yeah, I'm going to
the amala.
I'll invite you one of these days to have that
Please do,
amala and
I
dabula.
really want to. I want to sum up the courage to eat amala.
Can you imagine?
I'm yet to
You
sum
see
up
this
amala.
woman, you're looking, everything you are asking for, she will
Any
deliver
way
for
to
you.
do that. You will love it. And when I use goat meat
With a
and
buffet.
Yes, that's what is Ibadan I want. So welcome to the show, man. Good morning.
We call her Yabeji. She's Yabeji. So
Yes.
it's so good to have you, Auntie. So how can one
Thank
prepare
you
ahead
for-
of
thank you
wedding?
for having me.
wedding? Okay, now if I should, not me now, someone from anywhere calls you and say, I want to have my daughter's wedding or my son is about to get married, what comes to your mind in the area of preparation? What would you suggest, advise, and ask that person? Because I know you will.
Okay. The first thing I ask concerning my job on that day is the date, because the first thing is the date free for me? I wouldn't want to get a job or getting two jobs on the same day, disappointing one side or not giving in my best. That's the first thing I ask. Then, of course, there are financial commitments. I want to ask you what your budget is like, because sometimes they ask us to do the whole package. Yabeji, I want you to get everything on the list, get this, get that. So I'll ask you what your budget is. Is it a premium budget? Is it just a normal bouquet? And what do you want on that engagement day? Those are the things I'll ask. Then, of course, I want to know where the bride is from, where the groom is from.
Okay, now you said you would find out that's from your own angle, where the groom is from, where the bride is from. Now, for a man that is getting married, the groom, what do you advise the groom to know before the marriage? Because
Okay. My personal counseling, I'll start by asking both of them, if I'm counseling both of them. The first thing is, how well do you guys know each other? Because even the Bible, can two walk together except they agree?
I agree, very true.
That's what I mean. So if you really don't know each other, when one is weak, the other should be strong enough to help or support the one who is weak. So how well do you know each other? That's the first question. Number two, both of you should not allow any communication gap. You know, sometimes you might be thinking of something and the other person is misunderstanding you. But if there's no gap within the communication, you understand what I mean? If you're ready to talk about almost everything and anything, even when you don't understand each other, you quickly ask and you don't sleep over it. Because when you sleep over anything, any issue, by the time you're going back to the issue, it might not be the same again. That's number two. Then number three, are you independent or dependent? This is in quotes. Independent means it could mean financially for both of them, especially the man. How well can you carry the family? Because the whole thing is on your head. And the wife, of course, you cannot be a liability. So the bride cannot be a liability to the groom. You should have some things that you do, no matter how little you think it is. It's supporting the man and the family in your own way. You understand what I mean? Now, the second phase or the second quote of the dependency now is you having your home independent of any family. Because especially the groom, if you have to call your father or your mother for whatever is happening in your home, they might have a different opinion. So if you are dependent on your parents to run your home, it might be a disaster. Let me put it that way. And of course, having to some extent having the same like mind when it comes to religion. Those are the key issues. Because if we're talking of wedding, I usually say, are we talking of the one-day fun fair or the marriage, the lifetime commitment?
Okay, this morning we're looking at the wedding preparations, basically.
Okay.
Because we discussed about bridal lists and many other things last week or week before, and we just wanted to be sure that when you talk about lists, I will still come to that, because I know you also guide and help when it comes to putting the list and every other thing together. I know it's what you do very well as well. But I want to ask, what would you now advise the lady to know before the wedding, day proper, before and even as the wedding plan is coming to, to Jer? What would you advise the lady?
Okay, moderation. Let me start with that. Moderation first. Concerning the wedding day, you don't go beyond your limit. You don't try to satisfy anybody. You don't try to be another person. Be yourself. You know your limit. You know your limit when it comes to fund and every other thing. So if you now feel, okay, what you want to do is, because my friend did this on our wedding day and she did that, and you look at your budget, if you see you cannot cope with that, or your budget cannot accommodate more, so why don't you just stay within your limit?
Stay within your limit. But of course, some will want to, like, auntie, I want to do this, yes, my friend did this, but this is what I want, and I want it to even be much more elaborate than my friend's own. My friend used this. These days, I have seen a wedding engagement where you see a statue, like a statue, lady standing by the entrance of not just reception.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Ones actually are not out of the world kind of price. The statue, the oriki, sometimes somebody will tell you, when I'm coming out, auntie, can you please get somebody to eulogize me, to feed my oriki as I'm coming out? So, it depends on what you want. Like I said, can the bride afford it? Or is she doing it because a friend did it? But from what you just said, if she can, why not? We'll try as much as possible to work it out, to get somebody who will be within our budget.
Okay, I know that in the course of preparation for wedding, there is a lot of running here and there, escorts trying to fix. There's a lot of buying. There's a lot of consultation from the event planner to everything now. Aside that, are there other stages that the intending couple need to cross before the main wedding day? Because I've been to weddings and you see that the couples, they are frowning because maybe one side, the food they gave the caterer is having, there are issues, and for them they felt like today's day should be, and so it takes grace. So after all that preparation, are there still other stages they need to still cross? Or is it important for on that day of wedding they'll be giving instruction? I've seen a man that actually left his seat to go and be, give this person, So are there stages they need to cross even after putting all this preparation?
Okay. If you listen to the first thing I said, maybe what you do as a couple is, even before you meet an event planner or an alaga or whatever, you have your to-do list. If you are writing your to-do list as a couple, that means that's where when I said communication, either in the preparation or in the lifetime commitment, if you get what I mean. As you're writing the to-do list, the groom will probably ask, okay, there, I want this, I want this, I want this. Am I doing what you want? And the bride might say, okay, I think I would like to put this as well. I would like this to feature as well. I want this there as well. So while you are doing the list, you both agreed on what you want. So if you now contract anybody to do those things for you, while you are meeting, because you don't just, excuse me, you won't just contract and you leave it like at that. After the contract, you still meet. Like most times, I still call my clients, okay, I have done this. This is the picture. Would you want me to send the picture? Some will say, Aunt Shola, don't worry, I trust you. So it's okay, let me see if there's anything I want to change. So in the course of that, the couple will now say, no, I think don't you think we need to do this? Or if I'm speaking with the groom, you'll say, okay, Auntie, please get in touch with Tinuke, that's the bride. Let us see what you have done so far. If we need to change anything, if we need to add anything. So that is where the communication comes in. We need to respect each other's opinion. Even after the wedding, like I said, it's not just the day, the wedding day, it's not the fanfare alone. But if we do that and we grow with that, that means before we do anything, we'd like to consider the other party in the marriage, which is either the bride or the groom. And when we think of the other party, how he or she will feel, we won't have issue either on the day of the wedding or after the wedding.
Okay, we'll need to go for the short break. Idano Yawo concept. We need to go for this short break.
Idano Yawo.
Sorry, you see now, you say I sabi Yoruba. Idano Yawo concept. Just hold on. We'll be right back. We need to go for this break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We need to take our word on marble. Okay, our word on marble says that to be brave is to love unconditionally without expecting anything back in return. Are you ready to do that? How many people are ready? Okay, so that's our blue pen. Now, we've been discussing with Idano Yawo concept, the mind behind Idano Yawo concept, Olushola Adekola. She's a broadcaster and she is a woman with many, great virtues. Is a businesswoman. She do farming, everything you want to do. Now, but this one, now powerful because she will concentrate and put it in details. Now, Yabeji, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think should be the first thing a man should do to his wife before the day? Do they need to sit down? Do you need to talk with the two of them together? The process, the wedding preparation and everything needs to take. Does it have to come from the alaga alone? Or, what are the focus? What are those things that you need to focus on? And you need to put the two of them through on, because they don't know how it goes. They just see their friend do it. But, sometimes we see the beauty of many events and at the final unveiling. There's so many process underground that many did not see. So can you take us through some of this process, that you would do with them in the inner, holies of holies, in the inner room before you hear. So can you just give us through some of this process for both male and for the female? Thank you.
Okay. Let me start from the very beginning. We are a different people. Our culture is different. It's not the usual boy sees girl and they fell in love and they lived happily thereafter. No. In our own case, our family members are involved, especially the parents. So the first thing is, after the guy has made up his mind, and the lady that, okay, this is my life partner, they probably inform their parents, and the groom's family will be like, okay, let's know them. I know that is a common thing in Nigeria. It cuts across all the cultures, be you Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, because I've gone to do to all those places, from the north, the south, east, or west. I've gone to do for several people across the nation. So the first thing is that your parents will want to know who this person is. They want to know their future in-law. So that is called introduction. So the introduction is when the first the groom's family will come, they meet the bride's family, they bring a token, depending on the culture. The Igbos, I think they bring palm wine, and the Hausas, they bring kola nuts and some other things. The Yoruba too will have some little thing that will take to the bride's family. So on the day of the introduction, the bride's family gets to meet the whole of the groom's family, the parents, the father, and the groom's family, and father's family, the groom's mother's family, the groom's siblings and friends. Same with the groom meeting the bride's side. After that day, a list will be given to the bride and the groom's parents of the expected things that they should bring for the engagement proper, which is the traditional wedding. I think the Igbos call it Igbanuku. That's when they will now take the things that the bride's family requires, depending on your tribe. Even within the Yorubas, when I see a list, I can tell you this person is from Ondo town, this person is from Ilesha, because of the things on the list. So these are the things that are expected. Some, it might be 41 tubers of yam. Some, they'll write she-goat. Some will say 42 pieces of fish, a particular fish. They'll be specific. Dry fish, but this kind of fish. Kola nuts and all that, drinks and everything. So the first thing is, by the time you're giving the list, when they give the groom, sometimes the groom will collect and they will now say, Auntie, Lizzie is like, I won't be able to cope with everything, because when you give them the price, okay, especially now that things keep the inflation thing affecting those things. When you not give them the price list, they're like, Auntie, is there a way we can cut this thing? And I usually advise the group, don't do it on your own. Get in touch with your father-in-law or your mother-in-law. Tell them if they've written to,
Can you imagine?
Daddy, can I slash this thing a bit? I've done that for some people, and I'll help them call the father. The father will say, my wife just collected it from one of his friends, so, So sometimes those things, they might not even reflect your own town. If you get what I mean. You're probably from Abeokuta and you collect a list from somebody from Ilesha. There are some things that will be on that list that is not peculiar to your own town. So the father might say, do what you think is right, but don't insult my family. Insulting the family is just bringing anything anyhow. So from 42, we can slash it to 21.
Wow.
So it's still yes. Wow. But, like I said, you don't do that without consulting the in-laws. Parents, the in-laws. you get in touch with them. Daddy, can we just, these people, they are just coming up, and we need to consider their life after the wedding day. And the mom will say, okay, what do you think we can do? So if they have like 6 crates of malt, they can say, Daddy, can we make the malt 2 crates? They might say, oh, no, 2 tikereju, make it 4. My family members will be coming from Oyo, from Shaki, from this and that. And I want everybody to. So, but after consultation, you see that you've been able to achieve something. Or sometimes the groom will say, okay, let me talk to my bride. And the bride will be the one to consult with our own parents. And they say, no, it's just okay. You can do what you like. And I've seen where the father said, the dowry is for the bride. So whatever she says she wants is what she wants.
But that's only in the West. That's for the West. For the South, I don't think it's like that.
No. Everybody, the South as well. These days, okay, I have been privileged to do for somebody who is from, I think, is it Aneoma? I can't remember now. And it was like we were replicating everything we got for the bride, for the bride's mother too. If we get a shoe for the bride, it will be a pass for the bride mother.
Wow.
And when the man gave me the list, and I was like, Daddy, he said, let me get back to my in-law. So he came back and said, okay, they said we can reduce the number of wrappers for the mother. And I think we had a pack of talcum powder or something, and some other things that they said. I think the personal effects of the mother, they were reduced, but the family things, the man said, the other things are for the family members. And I've done for somebody who is from Auchi. The groom is from Ekiti and the bride is from Auchi. And they said, so they even asked him on the day, because I told him that most times people from that part of Edo State and some part of Delta State, it is on the day of the engagement that you because most times they have their spokesperson come from their town. So they come all the way from town and they'll tell you, I am representing the people in the village and I have to take this back to the village. So most times it is, like I said, it differs from culture to culture. But most importantly, I think if we can discuss before the date, we can have everything sorted instead of having issue on the day of the engagement,
on that day,
which is what I have grown. I have made a part of my business in this service. I make sure that I become my client's friend. We become family friends, so to say, because most times I get in touch with them. I want to know more about them, especially if you are not from Yoruba land. I want to know more about your culture, so I don't disgrace myself as a spokesperson on that day.
Okay. I want to ask this in question, and we've seen it happen, but not very often. It comes once, maybe in 10 weddings. Now, what would make a couple or intending couple, after going through all the preparations from introduction, like you earlier said, and then they started buying the things? Of course, there are bound to be disagreements that sometimes they'll take a break for like 2 weeks. Nobody's talking about preparation again because maybe they're on the ground things they need to sort from the in-laws. This particular in-law is not accepting this. But what will make intending couple, after all that preparation, say we are no longer getting married again? We are ending it here. We no do again. Well, have you handled cases like that you just, at the end of the day, maybe 2 weeks to the wedding, they just tell you, sorry, we are calling it off for maybe personal reasons or for the fact that the in-laws from the bride side don't want to shift? Maybe due to the list they've given or for some plenty excuses or
I
reasons.
have
You just see
never,
them.
I
Say they
have
don't want to get
never,
married.
in all honesty, I have never handled anything like that. But I've heard of something like that. But in most cases, I don't think it has to do with the list. In most cases, it's either based on ideology. Maybe the parents of either of the couple probably from the onset said, okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say this, it might have to be to do with the town, you know, the area which either of the couple comes from, and maybe the parent, the other person is not comfortable with that. But I don't think it has to do with the list. No, I don't think so. I've even handled, I wouldn't want to mention name now, where the bride's parents are really, really rich. And you know, the groom's parents are not anything near those people. Yes. And the bride's parents said, Anshola, I don't want people to look at my in-laws as poor people. So they gave me money to add to whatever the groom's people gave me, so we can balance it and make the whole thing look beautiful. So I don't think anybody will want to halt a wedding preparation because of the list. I don't think so. I don't think so. It might be on other things. Maybe, like you said, maybe one of the parents is not ready to shift, or one feels is higher than this other person. But I don't think so.
Okay, in the course of this preparation, can there be, just like you just mentioned now, can there be any serious discretion on that day? On that day, can anything happen that can really need serious discretion in the course of preparation towards the wedding? That you
okay, let me give you this. I'm sure you must have gone for engagement where you see people say, Tomo, wow, we want to return the dowry. I'm sure you must have witnessed that.
Yes.
Okay. An elderly person gave me, because like I said, I usually research, because on this job you can't just sit somewhere and feel you do the same thing the same way and you expect to move on. So I was like, okay, even in the Bible, we were told that Abraham gave his slaves some things to take to the in-laws' place to seek for Isaac's bride to be, that they should give to the in-laws. Isn't that what the Bible says? So why should we now say, okay, what we bring? We are sorry, we are not selling our daughter. So the elderly person told me that there was this very rich family that felt that the guy that wanted to marry their daughter was kind of below their cadre. So they said, no, we won't. And the lady said, we met in London. So for the guy to be in London, it means he wants a better future for himself and all that. Well, if you don't want me to get married to this guy, then I am not getting married to anybody. So after a while, maybe about 6 months, a course of 6 months or a year, I don't know. They now said, okay, if that is what you want, tell the guy to come and see us. So when the guy now came with his family, they wrote a list, and the guy surprisingly was able to get everything on the engagement list for them. So when they now asked for the dowry, to show that they are not still happy with their daughter getting married to that guy, he said, so the man said that was the origin of returning dowries. But like I said, most people, we don't ask questions. We just see that people do things and we want to copy what other people are doing. So these days, I've seen it happen severally when people will just say, we are returning the dowry. And in most cases, if I'm standing for the bride, I tell them this is biblical. So you cannot return the dowry. The dowry is not even for you. It is called owori. So owori is paying for owori Yahweh. The Yahweh will say olowori mi. Do you get it? So if you now return the money does not belong to you in the first place. So why are you returning the money that we are not selling our daughter? We are returning our money to your money to. Does the money is paying as a dowry? Can it pay everything you have spent on your daughter? No,
it's not possible.
It's just a kind of significant, whatever we have on the list, which is why I'll go back to the list again. I tell people everything on that list in Yoruba land has a significance. Is it the sugar? Is it the fish? They all have a prayer point. So I think, like I said, that everything that could cause chaos on the day of the wedding, if we communicate well, if we are ready to listen to the other person, we would have crossed the order before the wedding day proper.
Joy.
Okay, I want to ask this question. In the course of your work, and I know you've had experience over the years, which would you say is more expensive for you that you've handled? Is it intertribal marriage or interreligious marriage? Which would you think that maybe the preparation has been one that you get back home and you're like, this one really took a lot out of me? Is it the course of the fact that you're preparing wedding for people from different states, or you just feel that two different religion and the preparation is kind of different?
I'll say the intertribal.
Very expensive.
The intertribal. Because I'm going, for instance, I'm going to, I'm representing a Yoruba person, and the groom is from Aba. So I have to, even among the Igbos, some of the greetings are different. And I wouldn't want to go and disgrace myself out there. I have to research everything step by step, how their own wedding is done, so that at least those people coming will feel at home.
Okay, Iyabeji, I want to say a big thank you to you for joining us this morning. In spite of your busy schedule, I have to hold you down. Thank you, big sis. I really appreciate your time with us this morning. Thank you so much. But I want you to just give us your final advice to people who are preparing to get married. What should they do? The parents, the couple, what should be done? Just your advice in 60 seconds, thereabout. Hello, are you still there? Okay, I actually wanted her to give us a final word even as we round off this morning. Joy, what's your take so far? So good.
For me, like I told you when I
went, sharing something on the governor first.
Yes,
then
and
I go to that one.
And I said that for me it was wonderful that the governor took a lot of people by surprise. Imagine a whole governor giving the daughter's hand in marriage, and the state was no jingles, man.
Don't jingle bell, jingle bell.
Man, it was a calm, peaceful
I respect
ceremony.
that.
Yes, I did. I watched
that.
and I was so happy. while I was asking people over the weekend, preparation for, I said, but I say my shoes must come from here. Now, listening to her, it gives me a different idea what we should put in place. People are not considering. What people are just, it was like, from my wedding gown, it must be this.
Yes, now it must be glamorous. It must look different from Blossom's own. Blossom should not copy my gown. And even if I'm going to use a gown, I need to extend it a little so that they will know that it's quite different. And I've seen another image of a bride who was having this big, elaborate, and it was difficult for her to even enter the vehicle that will convey her to the. Oh my God!
Carrying off this
It's moderation is unique. It's beautiful. Is perfect.
It's perfect. Do everything in moderation.
Joy, over to you.
That's all we bring to you today on Family and Values. Yes, for those of you that are preparing your wedding, that want to have your wedding a few weeks from now, this is for you. Put things in moderation. That's all we can say. My name still remains Joy Abu. You can follow me across all my social media handles at official Joy Abu. You see this pretty lady over there. Thank you very much. As we see you tomorrow, of course Tuesday with a difference, as the Lori will always say.
Tuesday with a difference. And our topic tomorrow is going to be one beautiful topic, and I'm sure you don't want to miss it. It's going to be talking about do I need to?
Yes, now. Tell them. I know what our topic is for tomorrow.
Okay, our topic tomorrow is all about parenting. And that's where you have it. Okay, on Family and Values. So don't forget to join us. Single parenting in the area of provision and love. Would you rather do only provision and not concentrate on love? So we are going to be dealing with that with a very beautiful guest in the house. So don't go anywhere tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned as soon as it's 9 a.m. And please activate your notification button on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We want you to be part of this beautiful family. And this family, it's a family of God. You won't want to miss it. Anyway, my name to remain Olori Adejoke Admi. David, my friends call me Olori AJ. Please, as much as possible, be yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, cherish yourself. When you do this, it'll be easy for you to spread the love around about you. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Have a lovely day.